Everyone, we're here to do your probable cause hearing or your magistrate hearing. It's for me to determine whether or not there's probable cause on your case. I'll tell you what your bond is. If you're in on a county court case, there's a possibility that you'll be able to resolve your case today. Just so you know, if you plead and you get adjudicated on a drug case, you're gonna lose your license for a year. If you plead out a suspended driver's license case, if you get 3 of them or 2 in a DUI, you're going to lose your license for 5 years, so please be aware of that. When I call your name, please step forward. Obviously, if you want the services of the public defender, they're there for you, and by all means, talk to them if you want to. I'm going to advise you not to say anything, because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Amir Badir.
North Broward.
Good morning. Good afternoon, I'm sorry. You've been charged with possession of cocaine and tampering. I find there's no probable cause on count 1, probable cause on count 2. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000 on count 2. Counsel for State, you want 72 hours? No, okay.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask you to sign a phone order for Ms. Badir to give her access to her phone to hopefully bond out.
Absolutely.
And I was really looking forward to making that no probable cause
All right.
argument. Good luck, Ms. Badir.
Thank you so much.
Jasmine Luima.
Also North Broward. She indicated to me, Judge, that she thinks somebody may have posted her bond.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do you think somebody posted your bond?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I find probable cause bond is set in the amount of $1,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2. Debbie West.
Oh,
Ms. West is here present, Judge at Maine. Also, Ms. West thinks someone may have posted her bond. I don't know if we can check the confinement status and see if it already
Okay.
went through.
All right, well, Miss West, you've been charged with possession of Xanax, possession of codeine, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, and failure to disclose facts for public aid. I find there's probable cause, $1,000 on each count. Do we know whether or not her bond's been posted, folks? Can somebody tell me? All right, we'll check for you, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, all right. You don't need to put my bond.
Not yet.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Vincent Redzimski?
All right, young.
Good afternoon, sir. This looks like count 6. It's a KPS for a misdemeanor case. I find probable cause bond is set in the amount of $250.
So we can resolve this today, ma'am?
I think you probably should sit tight, considering you have 5 other charges, Mr. Reedy.
One of which is a no bond hold.
One of them's a no bond hold
One
also,
of
so.
them's a no bond hold. You should sit tight and wait and talk to your lawyer, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. George Kephart?
Mr. President, Judge at Maine, I believe the probation case is out of South Carolina. North Carolina, the first count is a municipal ordinance, so at this time, the Office of the Public Defender does not represent this criminal.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. You have a municipal ordinance. Bond is set in the amount of $25, but I find that there's probable cause. I'm gonna ROR you on that count.
Your Honor, this is a Handel Edwards with for the law office of McLawrence,
Okay.
seeking to be appointed to Mr. Kephart's.
All right, go ahead, counsel.
Sorry,
I'll appoint you. I'm gonna
Thank you.
ROR him though, because there's a no bond hold.
Your Honor, the only thing, just as a friend of the court, because count 2 is out of state, he's not gonna get, even with the ROR, he's gonna
That'll be
remain in
released
custody
over
until.
the transfer.
Well, you wanna ask him if he wants to resolve it? Counsel?
Your Honor, I understand that we can't actually resolve this one yet because of the impact it may have on his other case, so we're not gonna resolve it yet. Correct,
Okay, so you can't resolve it.
correct.
All right, so I'm gonna appoint you then. Bond is set in the amount of $25.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ricardo Francis.
North Road, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, there's a warrant out for your arrest. You were picked up on that warrant. It appears that it's a suspended driver's license case. Does anybody have his driving record? What? All right, your bond was posted. You should be out. okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good afternoon.
For the record, I just never received notice. It's not that I didn't want to appear.
You don't need to say anything
All right,
else.
well, I'm sure your judge will help you out with that, okay? Danilo Petito.
Mr. Petito, dear present Judge at Maine, he's wondering if the court would consider resolving his case for time served.
I would. Do you want me to take a look at your driving record though first? Make sure that you're not gonna be suspended for 5 years? Because you got a warrant also. Do we have his driving record? Hang on one sec, okay? Yes. All right, it's not gonna suspend you for 5 years. It looks like it's your first to me, and I'll withhold on the cannabis so he doesn't lose his license that way too.
Thank you, Judge.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Put your hand down and please tell me your name.
Danilo Petito.
It's my understanding you want to change your plea from not guilty to no contest in reference to possession of cannabis, possession of drug paraphernalia, trespassing, and a suspended driver's license case. Is that right?
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do that?
No.
Anybody promise anything to get you to do that?
No.
Sir, are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs so you don't understand what's going on here today?
No.
Understand if you're not a citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation.
No, I'm a citizen.
I find that it's a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver, factual basis based on the probable cause affidavit and the driving record. In reference to counts 1, 2, and 3, adjudication will be withheld. Court cost of prosecution will be imposed. You can't hang out in that lifeguard stand, okay?
No, I was just tired.
Okay. All right, well, don't
I
sleep.
don't hang out there.
All right, don't
I just
sleep
came
there.
from-
All right, don't sleep
I
there.
came from Flanagan watching the World Series and I couldn't find the hotel.
All right.
So I was just.
All right,
chilling in the
just don't do it
steps.
anymore, okay? That's all.
No, I'm not gonna do
Good.
that. No, hell no.
And in reference to count 4, I'm gonna withhold adjudication, impose court cost of prosecution. Give me a year to pay on everything. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Devonta Gaines.
Good luck, sir. Mr. Gaines is approaching also. Mr. Gaines is inquiring if the court would consider resolving his case today, Judge.
Absolutely. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down and please tell me your name.
Devontae Gaines.
Mr. Gaines, it's my understanding you want to change your plea from not guilty to no contest. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do that?
No, ma'am.
Anybody promise anything to get you to do that?
No, ma'am.
Sir, are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs so you don't understand what's going on here today?
No, ma'am.
Understand if you're not a citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation.
Understand.
I find that it's a
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
I find that it's a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver. It looks like there were a lot of warrants out for your arrest. I'm gonna find probable cause. Count 1, bond is $2,500. Count 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's a no bond hold. Percival Campbell.
Your Honor,
Judge,
everyone calm
Mr.
down.
Gaines,
Well, hang on, yeah?
Everybody relax.
I lost the court on what you were saying as far as him at the end.
Hang on,
The
Hector.
case. Okay.
Go ahead, folks.
Your Honor, that was Devontae Gaines. It looks like you were reading the charges for Patrick Roberts.
All right. Hang on a second. Can I have that back? Everybody's on the ball, that's for sure. It's good to have a good team. Pat, can I have that back? Please.
No, Devontae Gaines.
All right, here, all right, no, so Mr. Gaines was adjudicated and got time served.
Correct.
And then Patrick Roberts is what I was
Okay, now
reading.
we're on a new person. Okay, we're good.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Roberts is approaching.
All right, Mr. Roberts. So you were charged, and there's warrant outs for your arrest for possession with intent to sell and 1, 2, 3, 4 probation violations. I find probable cause. Bond is set in the amount of $2,500 on count 1, no bond on 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Percival Campbell.
Mr. Campbell, come on up.
Mr. Campbell, good afternoon.
Mr. Torres?
Sir, it appears that there were 2 warrants out for your arrest. I find probable cause, no bond count 1, bond is set in the amount of $1,000 on count 2.
Good luck, sir.
Brandon Richmond, is this the one?
Yes, Judge.
All right, where's Mr. Richmond? Mr. Richmond, they're gonna send you to domestic violence court, okay?
Okay.
No contact with the victim.
It'll be tomorrow morning.
it'll be
I
tomorrow
believe
morning.
11 a.m. before Judge Cohen.
And she was here with your dad for you, but since the case is being transferred out, they'll probably see you tomorrow morning in Judge Cohen's courtroom.
Okay,
Good luck to you, sir.
Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Jason Bullard,
Bond posted.
Bonded, Judge.
okay. Maurice Campbell,
Judge, he, wanted to go pro se.
was he bonded?
They just
Bond
have
has
to.
been posted for you.
Your Honor, would just ask, if you could just order no victim contact on the case, please.
All right, no victim contact, and bond's been posted for you, sir. Andy Lewis.
I've been advised he bonded, Judge.
Jacob Bauer.
Mr. Bauer, come on up, please.
Mr. Bauer, good afternoon. You've been charged with driving while your license is suspended, failure to register a motor vehicle, failure to attach a registration to a license plate, and a probation violation. Count 1, bond is set in the amount of $100. I'm gonna ROR you on counts 2 and 3, and there's a no bond hold on count 4.
Okay, good luck, sir.
James Major.
He's here present, Judge.
Mr. Major, good afternoon. Sir, you've been charged with carrying concealed firearm, 2 counts, possession of cocaine, resisting arrest without violence. I find that there's probable cause. Counsel for the state priors.
Your Honor, Mr. Major is currently out right now on a pending possession of cocaine.
Bond is set in the amount of $1,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2, $1,000 on count 3, $100 on count 4. Lamar Bernard.
Bonded.
I've been advised he bonded.
Nope. Felix Torres.
North Broward.
Mr. Torres, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Sir, you've been charged with petty theft, and then there are 3 out-of-state holds, and then there's a violation of probation or community control here. I find probable cause. In reference to count 1, bond is set in the amount of $25. Count 2, $4,500. Count 3, $4,500. Count 4, $4,500. And no bond on count 5.
Your Honor, the holds are out of Palm Beach.
They're out of Palm Beach, sir.
And Mr. Torres has advised me, Judge, that his probation was administrative in nature and it terminated. I don't see anything in Odyssey to indicate that there was any kind of warrant issued. In fact, the last entry is August of last year when
Counsel for the
he,
state, can you help us out?
I'm checking that right now, Judge. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if it's, yeah, see, they put the wrong case number
right,
on the booking sheet. Just one moment. Felix Torres. Yes, it should be, Your Honor, it should be 15-14119 CF10A.
yes.
He is on probation before Judge Merrigan until January 14th, 2018. No early termination.
So it looks like there's just a 1 missing.
So, Mr. Torres, it appears that your new arrest for petty theft is what is violating your probation in front of Judge Merrigan. You'll be in front of Judge Merrigan on November 7th. Today is November 2nd.
Good luck to you, sir.
So I will have to wait till that day.
There's a no bond hold, yes, sir.
Yes, you will.
Brian Ahern. Brian Ahern,
This is a 30-day, Your
counsel for the
Honor.
state.
Your Honor, Your Honor, charges have been filed as presented.
What was the bond set at?
Gotcha.
Sir, they filed charges, so you're not entitled to an ROR. I can tell you what your bond is if you want to know that. You want to know?
Sure.
Okay.
It is $750 on the felony theft, $1,000 on the grand theft auto. No bond was placed on the resisting without violence, and I guess I'm showing there was also a VOP that he's been state sentenced on.
All righty, sir. Good luck to you. Carlos Rodriguez.
Copy again, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is a second look.
Okay.
Judge Pohl actually found probable cause for 3 counts of attempted burglary, set the bonds at $500 each.
He has not yet been, he hadn't been verified at the time, he has been verified now. However, the family is asking that if the court is inclined to release him to pretrial supervision, he ought to wear an electronic monitor.
All right, sir, your bond is $1,500 if you can bond out on that. If you can, and you want to go on pretrial, I'm going to ask that pretrial has a special condition of an electronic monitor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Is the court inclined to place him on electronic monitor, remove the bond and just place him on GPS?
State,
I'm sorry,
do you have any problem just with an electronic monitor and ROR?
no, I have no objection.
You have no objection then. So, sir, if you want to go on pretrial, I can ROR you to pretrial, but you got to wear an electronic monitor.
Ma'am, I was already offered pretrial, and I believe they called, and I've still been waiting.
All right, well, let's see if we can get that moving for you, okay? You got to verify your address is probably the issue.
Verified, so that's why we're gonna do GPS.
Yeah, okay, it's been verified now.
Will he be allowed to
Okay.
go to work?
Do you have a job?
No, but I'm searching for one.
No, unless he gets a job, he can't leave. All righty, sir, good luck to you. Victor Perez.
He's here, Judge at Maine. He's here on the second look, Doc. He's been here in custody since Sunday. He has a $6,000 bond. There's no way he can afford a post bond. That's why he's still here. Judge, he's a father. He has 2 kids. He lives with his fiance. His fiance's a waitress. Can't afford this. Would you, Honor, consider a pretrial, whatever restriction, level 2 with the monitor, anything, so he can be released, Judge?
Counsel for the state.
Your Honor, I reviewed this. I believe you heard his case on Monday. He was arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant with bonds set, I believe on each count at $3,000, and the bonds were left in place. I think they're appropriate considering his criminal history, trespass last year, a battery in 2010. More significant, 2010, he was convicted of burglary of an occupied dwelling and 4 counts of burglary of a conveyance, and he was sentenced to 4 years in state prison. He also
What year was
had
that?
dealing.
What year?
2010. Also in 2010, 2 counts of dealing with stolen property, violated probation, and was sentenced to the same prison term concurrently.
Judge, I understand. It was 7 years ago. I mean.
But he was
even if
he was
your
in
Honor-
prison for 4 of them, though.
Right, but it was still in 2010, Judge. I mean, he's still in custody. Charges are still pending, unfiled. I would ask you to consider a stricter form of supervision.
That'll be denied. What else do we have, folks?
That's it, Judge.
We're done.